And we're back with another episode of the Sap Powers podcast. Today it's Drew. Fucking,
Yo,
what up, buddy? How's it going?
hey man, how's it going?
I usually get everybody to just plug their shit right at the beginning when everybody's listening.
All right, get it out of the way before
Yeah,
the people get out of the way.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
you can catch me on my social media channels. Hey Drew Hayes is my social media, and yeah, I've got a video chat thing I'm doing right now called the Temple of Zoom that you can catch out on YouTube. And I've got a bunch of podcasts and shit, but I'm not really doing them right now because I'm unmotivated and lazy. Unlike you, my friend, who
hmm
appears to be killing it.
Yeah, dude, I'm releasing 2 a day. Like, I try to do like at
Yeah,
least 12 hours apart. So, like, one or two a day. How crazy is that?
yeah. I went to YouTube today to watch an episode and be like, I'm gonna see what it's like and see what he talks about. And there were so many episodes. I was like, didn't he just start this thing like a week ago? Like, I also started Temple of Zoom like 2 weeks ago, and I've released one episode since then.
Yeah, I watched it. It was awesome with Mitch. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll
And
have
you're
you on that as
talking
well.
about my favorite part was when you were talking about all like the different things you could do with the Zoom. I forget, but like all the puns, you know what I mean? Like the
Yeah,
movies or whatever.
Legion of Zoom and
Yeah.
Temple of Zoom. Yeah, there were so many. It's a whole new world of media and creation, all involving awkward webcam conversations
Yeah, exactly.
and people doing stand-up comedy in front of shower curtains.
Yeah. Man, yeah,
So,
we're
so
all
what's new?
starting podcasts. It's funny. Mitch has
Yeah,
got his
everyone.
own podcast he started too. And then we're all
See, I
featuring
do
on
this
each other.
thing. I do this thing. I've been doing it for a number of years where I start a podcast, I do 2 or 3 episodes, and then I never do it again. And that's just kind of my MO. Like,
Yeah.
I've gone through so many different podcast ideas that were all great and could have kept going. I'm non-committal, apparently, to work. And I'm lazy, once again, as mentioned.
Yeah, man. I hope this one keeps going though, because you're a funny
Yeah,
guy, and you're obviously
thanks.
very talented. Because like you're on the radio. Are you still on the radio? Like you've been on the
No, not
radio
anymore.
forever though, but you
I
were
was
for
for
a long
years, but
time. Yeah,
yeah. hmm
which
Yeah, I
is
don't do it
fucking
anymore.
awesome. Yeah, I was like, man, I remember thinking like, dude, this guy is like fucking killing it. You were like, you're a hilarious comedian as well. And
Thank you.
then
You too.
thanks, buddy. Fucking, do you miss doing comedy? Like,
I do. Like, crazy. Like, um, yeah, even today, like I said something funny, and Allie, as a joke, was like, "You should do stand up comedy." And I was like, "I think I did at one point in my life. Wasn't there a time where we both did? What happened?" Like,
yeah, yeah.
you know what the thing is, and like I talked to Mitch about this too. Is like I have a lot of new material right now, and I don't want to do new material for like Zoom shows. Like when I'm not going to
Mhm.
get a reaction because that's how I know if it's good or not. And you know what? If I'm doing my best material or my worst material, I'm getting the same reaction in these like live from my living room stand-up comedy shows, which is nothing, which as a stand-up comedian is not the reaction that you want to get when you tell a joke, especially a new one.
Yeah,
So
for sure, man. And like I was like thinking like how can I still tell my jokes? So I was releasing one-liners one at a time on TikTok, getting
yeah,
nothing,
I do the
bro.
same thing, but with
Yeah.
Instagram. Like I just make jokes on Instagram video and do impressions and stuff.
Do people like it? Cause I get no love for those like jokes, but no, but like they used to kill in comedy clubs, and then now it's like
Yeah.
it's weird.
Well, you're a one-liner guy. Like that's your whole set, right? Like I could
Mhm.
never do what you do. I'm always impressed by one-liner comedians. I get some. Like I mean, I'll post something on Instagram, and generally people will send like comment on it and say like I do like Instagram live or Instagram stories a lot for
Mhm.
jokes, and I'll get responses from people. Sometimes it's just like the head shake emoticon, like,
You
but
came up with this one-liner with me the one time. It was something along the lines of like when your sister has kids, it's a very niche market because there's
oh
not
yeah,
enough of you or something, right? Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I like
And
told that joke in the like the weed place or whatever, and you're like, and I think that's the one I could say that I'm a professional joke writer because it's the one and only joke I sold, and I sold it to you for like free. I was like, take it, man. It doesn't fit my set.
Well, now it's on the podcast, bro. So it's both of ours forever. If anyone gets this
Yeah.
far.
Yeah. They laughed as soon as they saw that I was non-committal to the podcast. They're like, "Oh, this guy, fuck this guy."
Oh yeah. You only do one.
What's
Or
new with you?
yeah. Nothing, man. Just been doing this pretty much.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Your background has changed since you talked to Mitch.
Yeah, cause like it was like my unmade bed. It was very
Yeah, I know.
unprofessional.
The first thing I thought
should
was,
be like.
oh,
Oh, okay,
is that
keep
all, like,
talking.
art and
Sorry,
comics and stuff?
I don't know.
No problem.
Is
Yeah,
that better?
yo, that looks great. That looks fantastic. I like the creepy sun thing looking over your shoulder.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah. The Mitch episode, your closet was open. You had like stuff on your bed.
Yeah.
Thad Powers, professional podcaster.
Yeah, I'm trying to step it up a little bit. You know what I mean?
It looks like you're at like a Comic-Con in Artist Alley. You're like displaying your work for sale.
That's hilarious. And like the rest of my room has like nothing on it because like I took everything to like try to shove it into this corner. You know, I was like,
of course know about Comic-Cons from hawking your cousin's wares.
Yeah.
To clarify, I ran into Sab at, I think it was Niagara Falls Comic-Con. And I was like, "What are you doing here?" He's like, "I'm just selling some pictures of Deadmau5." Like, why? My cousin. Like, are people allowed to know that? Like, Deadmau5's your cousin?
Yeah, they can know that. I don't really like try to brag about it or anything, but
We just go to conventions and sell signed paraphernalia from his bedroom.
Well, no, it was his mom. It was his mom doing paintings, little paintings like this.
Okay.
This is one of them. This was one of the only ones that wasn't Deadmau5 related, and that was my payment for doing it. And she gave me money too. She's awesome.
Yeah.
She's great. Yeah.
Nice.
It was a good time. Yeah, and I got to go to Comic-Con for free, and I even wore a Deadmau5 onesie.
Yeah, I have. I've been lucky enough. I haven't gone a couple years to any of the comic conventions, but like with my career in radio and stuff like that, I didn't pay for a comic convention for like good, decade of my life. And I would do like we did live broadcasts from them. I'd do interviews there. Sometimes I went and like set up a booth and was selling and like it's always. I love going to conventions, but like working in the convention circuit, like there was 2 summers when I was working, I was hosting like a show for 610 CKTV that was like nerd related. It was like an entertainment show. Mm-hmm. And those 2 summers, I think I went to every convention within driving distance and a few that weren't. So like, just like drained me. Like I don't ever want to go to one ever again now at this point.
Yeah, they kind of like, don't they get like kind of repetitive? A little bit, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
it's fun because you get used to seeing the same people, so you make friends and you see the guys you saw at the last one and girls and but it's draining, especially if you do Fan Expo for 1 year and that's like enough. You never have to go there ever again because Fan Expo in Toronto is like a madhouse.
Yeah, that's crazy. So did you watch the podcast of Elon Musk and Joe Rogan they did recently?
I haven't because I've been like really into podcasting for a long time. Like I was one of those like before it was cool type guys. Mm-hmm. That's one of the only things I can really say that I discovered before it was cool was podcasting. But I've always, even back in the day when there was only like 6 popular podcasts and one of them was Rogan, hated it. I can't stand him. I'm sorry if you're a fan.
It's okay.
I can't stand his like macho bullshit. Like it's so like masculine, his show. And I don't think anyone that knows me knows that masculine is not totally my deal.
You kind of look like Rogan a little bit.
I mean, I'll take that because he's like jacked. So it's like kind of a compliment. Hopefully I don't give off such a like toxic energy though that he does.
No. I was more wanted to bring it up just because like Elon Musk was talking about putting chips in people's brains to try to fix certain things, and I was like wondering if you would get a chip in your brain, say you needed if it would like say like it fixes like any problem that you might have or whatever, right?
Like mental problem or like
visual, so like
anything like.
He was basically saying, like, if you go, like, even, like, paraplegic people could walk. If you're blind, you could see. if you have Alzheimer's, it could cure Alzheimer's in a sense.
Huh.
It just like fires the things in the exact right spot that it needs, that wasn't working before. You know what I mean? The
Yeah.
parts of your brain.
I don't like the idea of anything being in my brain.
But say you're getting like Alzheimer's, and if you get this implanted in your brain, it cures Alzheimer's. Would you do it then?
Maybe. Depends how young I was. If I was old, fuck it, let me go. Like if I said for years, if I don't naturally go senile as an elderly man, I'm gonna fake it. Like I'm gonna sit on my porch in my underwear and flip off teenagers and throw rocks at birds and just be like, it's all there's sweet old Drew Hayes just going crazy in his old age. But meanwhile, I'm totally sane, just faking it.
Well, so luckily, Alzheimer's only affects old people most of the time.
Yeah,
so,
I know. Yeah. Like if something happened to me when when my kids are still young, when I'm still young, then yes, I'd want it to fix. But if my kids are grown and I'm an old man, yeah, you can let me deteriorate.
What about this? What if they took your brain and put it in a robot body? So it's your brain.
Well, that I would do for sure.
Okay, sick.
I would do that tomorrow. If they offered me that tomorrow, I would take that. 100%. This robot body, can it do cool shit?
Yeah, for sure, bro. And I was thinking, like, what if you got, like, a robot body, but it wasn't in, like, humanoid form? So you're, like, a giant robot spider or something. So you'd have to, like, learn how to walk all over again. It would be, like, a mind fuck, you know what I mean? Imagine, instead of having, like, legs and arms, you just had 8 legs all at once or some crazy shit, right? It's hard to even picture for me.
You know what? Again, if my kids are old enough that they're going to understand that dad's a giant spider now, then yeah, I'm cool with it. like, if they're in like high school and they're just like, they think it's cool, like, yeah, dad's a spider, it's cool. Like, picks us up from school. He gets us home real fast. Riding on his
back. That'd be awesome, man. I hope shit like that does happen. What do you think's gonna happen? Because like technology is getting crazier and crazier. What do you think like the next big crazy thing is gonna be?
I think they're gonna I think robotic organs are gonna be a thing real soon for transplant, or if not robotic, cloning, like creating fake organs for transplant. I think that's like the next big medical leap that we could see.
I think both is possible, right? Like they could just completely make like plastic or metal organs, even I don't fucking know. Or like you're saying with cloning. That's
well, if they can clone a sheep, why can't they take a person that has a non-working organ and re-clone his organ working or something? You know what I mean? Or like, yeah.
Huh.
So, or like a person dies and they're like, oh, this heart is a match for all these people. Who do we give it to? Well, we just cloned 18 of his hearts. Give them all.
Yeah.
Give them all out.
Sure.
Yeah.
Man,
what do you think?
I basically like already spat out all my ideas with the brains and the robot bodies and whatnot. Yeah. Like self-driving cars is obviously coming pretty soon.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a trip. But like so many people die in car accidents, like you don't even realize, right? And like I know someone that died in a car accident, so it's like, and I know people that have been like even just really fucked up in car accidents or whatever. So it's like it's more of a problem that people even realize. And then
even like, just DUI related accidents would go way down.
Everything,
there might be like you might be risking like mechanical error accidents when you're letting a car drive for you. Like there's no way that system can be perfect. Some of them are going to crash, and that's scary. But you figure every drunk person that would have gotten behind the wheel of their car and drove home from the bar is now going to get behind the wheel and let it drive itself home. Like that's a plus.
True, but like right now apparently they hit like deer and shit more often than people would. But I'm sure they'll be able to fix that soon.
Yeah. Well, they're working. Like they're doing it.
Yeah.
Like it's a technology that already exists. It's just not available for everyone yet, right?
I brought this up with Mitch.
Delivering pizzas by drone.
I brought this up with Mitch. I think it was Mitch, and then he said everybody's gonna be fucking in the cars all the time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Cars.
For sure.
Yeah.
There's a new show on Amazon Prime from the guy who created The Office, and it takes place in the future. It's called Upload, and that literally happens in like the first episode. Like they've got a self-driving car, and they're just like fucking in the back seat while driving home. Like
That's crazy. That's what the future fucking holds for us, man. Oh, fuck. It's gonna be sick though. Like, imagine like road trips and shit. Now you could just be like playing video games or doing whatever the fuck you want. You don't have to be driving. Like, driving is fun, but at the same time, it'd be so much sicker just to like do whatever you want. You know?
Yeah. I was the first person of all my friends growing up to like have his own car and to have access to my mom's car once I had the license. So like until I was 25, 26, I drove all my friends everywhere. And like now in my house, like my wife, like Allie, doesn't drive, and we've got kids, so we do a lot of driving, and like I drive everywhere and have been for most of my life for like 15 years. So it's like I'm so tired of driving at this point.
Yeah.
Like I never, if self-driving cars become a thing, like I'm never like taking control of a car ever again.
Yeah. Some people think it's like super fun, right? I don't know.
Used to, for sure.
Yeah, it does. It's almost like I don't even think about it now. I almost get lost in thought, and then I'm like, wait a second, I should focus more. I'm driving, but I'm just so used to driving because I've been driving so much, like you said. I was like the friend with the car too and shit. What do you think about ghosts, bro? Do you believe in ghosts?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Tell me why.
Well, okay. So I am like ghosts, aliens, stuff like that is like a huge interest of mine. I haven't had a whole lot of like real experiences, but I've had enough small experiences and heard enough bigger experiences that I want I want to believe like so bad like to like I'm you know I'm a molder. I want to believe. So I used to work, as you said, I worked in radio. I worked in the Bell Media Building in St. Catharines for a decade. So that's like 97.7, 610 CKTB, and 105.7 Easy Rock. So I worked in that building, and I was the only person working there who was ever there like after dark, because I did a lot of the sports stuff, which happened at night. I did a lot of overnight shifts for various reasons, but I was all like, no one else in the building was there as late as I was. I was there at 2 or 3 in the morning sometimes. And that building is said to be haunted. It's got like a huge backstory. Basically, like during World War I, I believe, it was a hospice. So soldiers would get like hurt and they'd fly them back to Canada, and they'd go to this building to either be rescued, to either come back to life, or like to be healed, or to die, basically. So like a ton of people died in that building. There's a room in the attic that is just a cement room with a cement like slab that looks kind of like a bed and a drain on the floor. And it was basically because it was in the attic and it was upstairs, which was also where all like the engineering stuff was for the radio station, because it'd been converted into a radio station at the point I was there. It was just the kill room. Like when a patient got too bad that they weren't going to save them and they didn't want to hear him anymore, they brought him up to the cement room and let him like bleed and puke into this drain on the floor until they died. So that's the kind of stuff that happened in this building, presumably. It's not, no one was there, but that's what people told. That's the stories people told in the building. But in the 90s, they had, it was featured on Creepy Canada, which was like a show about haunted houses. And they brought in a psychic. And apparently the psychic said that there was a presence there, and the presence was very angry. They were only on the upstairs, like the very top floor of the building. And apparently the ghost name was Booger, which is like not threatening. Like, it's Booger. That's our ghost, Booger. He hates women and he pushes them down the stairs sometimes, which is a true thing. Like in that building on this giant flight of stairs, women would fall down the stairs all the time. Only women. And they would say they felt like they were pushed.
That's crazy.
So,
wow.
Like we had this crazy sexist ghost from World War I named Booger. But I like being there at night, I heard shit constantly. I would always hear, like, when you're in a multi floor building And when someone walks above you, sometimes like dust particles will fall from the ceiling, like as they walk up right above you. That would happen in my studio all the time, and the alarm would be armed upstairs, so there's not possibly anybody walking up there. So I got really obsessed with ghosts working in that place, and would like walk around at night trying to find them. So, I'm kind of crazy.
Damn, that was a good story though, man. Because I ask that every time. So like I've done a lot of these now, so it's like that was definitely a good one.
It wasn't very funny. I'm sorry about that, but like
no, that's the beautiful thing about podcasts is it doesn't have to be funny, right? There's no pressure. That's what I like about it. I can just talk, and I have like thoughts and ideas that I thought were like kind of funny, but I wasn't confident enough with them to bring them on stage.
Yeah.
So maybe they could naturally come out on here or something. I don't know.
I had a lot of experiences working in that building with like ghosts. Like then again, like I always say, like I had a whole bit about it in my stand-up for a while. I don't know, you probably never saw. I didn't do it very long, but like I worked in a soundproof studio, right? I was a radio producer, so I could only hear what was in the room I was in, and in the room the host or whoever was talking was in. So there could be ghosts in the kitchen, like banging pots and pans, like singing old English songs, and I would never know. But like like when I was there at night, I would leave the studio and try to find things, and like there was times, like the two creepiest things that ever happened is I heard a door slam and then couldn't find anybody else in the building. And then the other one was I was upstairs. There was a bathroom on the main floor and then a bathroom upstairs, and I would use the bathroom upstairs because I wanted to find ghosts while I was pooping. Like that was like my goal. Like, if the ghosts are upstairs, that's where I poop. So like,
but you
I'm
never
upstairs.
did find anything too crazy, or
no. But one time when I was pooping in the upstairs bathroom, I heard whistling. And everyone's like, oh, it's probably wind on like a window. But it was like it was melodic. Like it wasn't like a wind whistle. It was like a song, and nobody was in the building. I looked everywhere and nobody else was there. It was like 11:30 at night during like a Leaf game broadcast or something. So nobody else was there, and I clearly heard whistling while I was upstairs.
Damn.
Yeah, never saw
that's
anything.
Crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. Well, what are your thoughts about aliens? I want it because you said you're really into aliens too. I just want to hear your general thoughts about aliens.
I've never really had alien experiences or anything like that, but I want to believe.
Obviously.
Like I think realistically it's got to be real, right? Like universe is so vast. How could we be the only ones? Like, so.
Yeah, but
I'm into that.
But like, it's probably, at least my guess is probably not like those gray Paul aliens or whatever.
Yeah.
It could be like any like billions and trillions or infinite possibilities of life forms that it could be, right? So it's, and like who knows, like the rest of the universe could be like infested with life, and it's so big, like we can only see so far out, and like to travel to these places because they're so far. I don't know, like we would be super lucky to contact aliens, any form of life from another planet in our lifetime. Even going to Mars would be so sick. Would you go to Mars? You would?
You know what? No, I don't think I would. Space has always been an irrational fear of mine. The idea of being out there, as much as I'm interested in aliens, the idea of being out in that absolute nothingness scares the shit out of me. It's the same with the ocean. Like I don't want to be, like I'll go on water in a boat, like I'm cool with that and everything, but I don't want to like be out. Like I would, like taking a boat from like North America to Europe would terrify me. Just the idea of being out in the middle where there's like absolutely nothing is the same as space. Like space even more so. It's so irrational because I'm likely never going to be in space, but it scares me. I don't like it.
I get what you mean though, yeah, like with the boat thing too. It's like if you just look around and you see water in every direction, that is kind of scary.
Yeah. And like I went on a cruise ship when I was in high school with my family, and that didn't scare me as much because with those you're not really getting that far from land, right? You're just kind of traveling along the side. But if it were to go out further to the point that it was just ocean, I don't like that idea.
Do you have any questions you want to ask me by any chance?
I was trying to think today. because I remembered the joke from your set that I like love so much, but I forgot the exact wording. What's your one-liner about? Is it cookies and cream ice cream?
I
What's
knew
the
that's the
one-liner?
one you were thinking of too.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
What's the joke? Can you tell me the
Yeah,
joke?
yeah. So it's it's funny because this joke usually bombs, but some people love it. Thank you for loving it. But it goes,
I love it so much.
yeah, it goes, I feel like cookies and cream ice cream should just be called cookies ice cream. Like, do you really need cream in the title twice or something?
Is anybody going there for the extra cream?
Yeah,
Something like that?
exactly.
Yeah. Well,
I've
that's
said
such
it
a
a
good
couple
joke.
different ways because it was
Yeah.
never really working. So like I just like I loved it so much that I've done that joke like
Yeah.
hundreds of times, and it's like, yeah.
Do you have a one-liner joke from your act, or even not one-liner, that you've tried to make work and you just can't make it work, and it in your heart you know it's funny, but you just haven't been able to make it work on an audience?
That's like an example of one, right? That
Yeah.
one rarely
Yeah.
works. Let me see if I can think of another one. Um, hmm. There's lots of jokes that I think were so great, and it's like sometimes like some people like really get it and get what I'm going for. Like another one is like, I really wish I could put words together as well as an apostrophe, or like I wish I could put words together as well as apostrophe, something like that.
Yeah.
And it's like you kind of have to like think about it, right? So that one really doesn't hit that well. I don't know. It's weird, like the jokes that do like crush, like that I
Yeah.
never thought would. Like some jokes I almost like never thought of trying. Even I was like, oh, this is stupid. I'll try once, and then it turned
Mm,
into like my like haymakers. Right? It's weird.
yeah. What was the last show you did before this happened? Where were you?
I think I headlined Taps. Is the
Oh
last one
yeah.
I remember.
Well, I
Yeah.
think the last show I did was Taps too. It wasn't
Oh,
headlining, but I was there.
nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe
I'm
I did a show after that. I don't remember actually.
I'm incredibly anxious to get back out there because we had a baby 19 months ago, and before
Congratulations,
that,
bro.
thank you. Before that, Allie's pregnancy was really rough. So like because she's a stand-up as well, as you know,
Mhm.
and I couldn't justify going out there and doing stand up when she couldn't, you know what I mean? Like if she's like
Right.
sick and bedridden, it's not fair for me to be like, well, okay, I'm going to go continue to do our dream that we share. Have fun in your bed.
That's
So
so
like,
sweet of you to make that
yeah.
decision because I don't
Oh,
know
thank you.
if I was in your position, I don't know if I could have done the same.
Yeah. So I think I only got out maybe twice during her pregnancy. And then
Mhm.
her and I think she's been out once since the pregnancy, and she headlined in Hamilton at the Levity, and then I've done Bones and Joelle's room at Fiddlers. No, not Fiddlers.
Kaz's.
Kaz's,
Yeah.
and I've done Levi's room at Taps.
Mhm.
So I mean, I've only been out and done shows maybe 4 times in the past 2 years, right? So it's like I really miss it because now we're just getting to that point where Allie and I are like, well, now we can go out and do shows because like for one thing our kids can, like, the baby's old enough that she can go to her grandparents' house,
Mhm.
um or enough that she's not required to be by her mom all the time, so Allie can go out and I can stay home with the kids, and or vice versa, right? So we're just getting to that point where we can think about start getting out there again, and then the world falls apart and apocalypse starts
Mhm.
and we're stuck at home, and both of us are like, well, we like she did one um like webcam show, um and I haven't done any, but to be honest, no one's offered because I haven't done stand up barely in 2 years, so the offers aren't coming. But at the same time, I don't think I would want, like I said earlier, I don't think I'd want to do one of those online shows, but I miss the stage so much.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
same too, man. Like, uh, the problem with me too is like for the internet gets bad like just like earlier in the day. I think because like a lot of people are using the internet around
Yeah.
that time.
Yeah. Oh,
So
I
for
know.
me, because like living out in the middle of nowhere, so I can't even really do those shows because like I don't want to
Yeah.
be cutting in and out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Trying to tell my jokes and stuff, and they do seem super weird. It's weird like how everything is so different now, and like I like, you know what I mean? I never thought that like
Yeah.
this is how we'd be talking. It's like I
Yeah.
thought the next time I'd see you would be at a comedy show. But this
Yeah, I
is
know.
still awesome in its own way that like because it
Yeah.
like pushed me to like do a podcast, which I am enjoying. Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is, it's like Zoom is making people realize, like, not just Zoom, but just webcam and just the internet, social media in general, is making people realize how little we actually have to leave our houses. Like, I can imagine there's a lot of people whose positions are going to become from home after this, because it's like, you've been coming into the building all week and taking up office space for years, and you could have done this from your home office just as easily. Like,
Yeah, you're doing a better job
like,
now, even, or like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah, and like people that are like people that are district managers for companies that have various locations, like they used to drive out to all those locations. Now they all get in a Zoom meeting and are like, why don't we just continue to do this now that we're back at work? Or
Yeah.
like, why am I carrying all my podcast equipment over to people's house when we can just do it on Zoom and we get free video, like quality video at the same time? Like,
Yeah, for sure,
like
exactly.
I've been playing D&D with Mitch and Zach, a couple other comics, and some people that they're friends with, and I'm like, guys, this has revolutionized D&D. Like, the one thing that's an issue with me for, like, I want to play this game, but it's such a hassle to like pack up all my stuff, go to someone's house. I'm there for like 4, 5, 6 hours sometimes, and I've got kids at home. With this, we play after they go to bed, and I'm just in my kitchen, so I'm still here. Like, why do we ever need to play D&D in person ever again? Like,
Yo, if you
yeah,
guys
I don't know.
start a new campaign, I want in.
Yeah, dude,
I'm serious. I used to
uh,
play before all this shit started. Like,
yeah.
oh, I was
Well,
only in one campaign ever, but it was fun.
that's okay, man. Like, the people that we're playing with now have barely played. But like, I like, Mitch does another game each week, and I asked him if I could join that one. It was full because I'm like, Sunday nights is when we do it. And I'm like, to be honest, Sunday, like one night a week has not been enough for me, because like right now we don't got a whole lot of stuff going on. Like, the fact that I'm a 32-year-old man that's like looking forward to D&D night more than anything else, like maybe we could add another day, do another.
Yeah.
So like, if I can find, like, I've never DM'd before, and I don't want to. I like playing so much. Like, it's probably selfish, but I don't ever want to DM because I enjoy playing so much. But I'm trying to find another group. So if I can find someone else that'll DM, I will for sure bring you in on it.
Well, I might know someone that might DM, but like the
Really?
campaign I have going uh is with my buddy, and but like we've never done the online thing, so it's like it
Yeah.
stopped. It stopped once the whole coronavirus thing started, so it's like,
Yeah.
and everybody's itching to do it, but like,
Yeah.
so yeah, I should really pitch to them the idea, and if they're not down, then maybe he'd be down to start a new
Yeah.
campaign, and we could just get all new people or whatever.
I don't know how difficult Mitch's job is the way we do this, but we use a website called Roll20, and like, honestly, it's better than playing in person, because in person you have to get like, if you're gonna play with like visuals, you gotta have like big graph paper, or like like playing tokens just to
Yeah,
move
we would
around to
use
see
like
where everyone
Warhammer
lives.
models and shit.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly. But it's like, literally, there's a chat on the side, and then there's a screen that he can put anything he wants on that screen as a backdrop. So he can put the map, he can put like literally like a picture of the location where we currently are, and on a grid, and then we have player tokens that we slide around on the screen. The dice rolls appear on the screen so everybody can see them. Like,
That's awesome.
it makes it so much easier, and I've never played a game with this much knowledge of the detail of the area we're in, because like, it's kind of metagaming in a way, because if you're playing, and I'm in a room, and he's like, you're in a bar, and there's a person sitting here and a person sitting here, and I'm looking at the room, and I can see stuff that in the game normally you wouldn't be able to see. Like, normally you have to be like, can I do a perception check? And you'd be like, you see an old fireplace. But when he's showing us this map, I'm like, I'm gonna go check out that fireplace that I can see. So
Yeah,
that's
that's fire.
kind of easier, I guess, but I enjoy the visual. I mean, the whole point of the game is to use your imagination, but having a computer in front of you makes it really easy to make visual representations of what's going on.
Yeah, like my favorite part of the game was like being able to do whatever you want. Like I like
Mm-hmm.
you don't like imagining everything is like an unnecessary part, at least for me,
Yeah.
where it's like I would like exactly like what you're saying, because it's funny like when I read like a book or whatever, and then you see like the movie, it's like the characters always look so much different than I imagined and stuff,
Mm,
you know. And if it's such a weird feeling, I hate that.
yeah.
I don't know.
Do you do you watch a lot of like the big like franchise films? Like are you a Star Wars, Marvel guy, that kind of thing?
Well, Star Wars I don't like anymore, but I got it. Like I do love the Marvel shit still.
Yeah.
Like all the comic book movies, I love all that
Mm-hmm.
shit. Um,
Same.
and like even like DC, it's like I don't keep up with as hardcore as I do with like the Marvel
Yeah.
shit, but I still like and like respect, and I like competition. Like
Yeah.
I like that there is a Marvel and a DC, so like I
I
want to
think one of
support
them's
DC.
clearly winning.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. One's always
Yeah.
clearly winning, but like
Yeah.
with YouTube, there's nothing else, right? There's no
Yeah.
other like video thing. Like there's a Coke and a Pepsi. There's Marvel DC. There's like fucking I don't know podcasting and TikTok.
So I just went back to school for public relations for a year because I want to get into a more communications aspect of the industry I was in, and we had a social media class, and our teacher like when they ask about whenever any like inevitably because I was in a class full of 22-year-olds, someone will ask about TikTok and like how can we use TikTok to work to advertise our brand, and it's like you can't because TikTok is like TikTok is almost entirely children and people that are just kind of trying to figure out TikTok. Like it's
Yeah.
like its main demographic is like 14 to 22, and most people aren't trying to sell to 14 to 22-year-olds.
Hmm.
So it's like it's literally just going to be a social network for fun browsing stupid videos. Like you're never going to be able to be like I'm a comedian, check out my comedy on TikTok, because it's like it's such a small demographic for that network. Whereas like Facebook, YouTube, Instagram have like everybody from children to old people. Like you can, like my grandma's not on TikTok for
Hmm.
sure, and if she is, I'm following her 100%. See what kind of shit she's posting.
David Green's blowing up on TikTok. He's got like over a
Real,
million views on there right now.
is it pun stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know he was on TikTok. Yeah, I think it's one of the biggest like social networks right now, but just because it's new and it's
Hmm.
different, right? Like I don't know if there's a lot you can do with that. Like I thought TikTok was like, oh, I could just go and make funny videos on TikTok, which I can, but apparently the stuff that does really, really well on TikTok is when you're just copying other. This is my version of the other video that person did. Like
Yeah,
it's like
exactly.
memes
Yeah.
when you're just filling in the meme templates, but now
Hmm.
it's videos. So
Yeah, or people doing the same dance or whatever. There's lots of
yeah,
trends.
like
It's stupid. Like I can't stay on TikTok and watch multiple videos because it's like once I get like 5 videos in, I'm like, oh, I've seen this. It's just some other
mm,
person doing this
yeah,
exact same dance to
yeah.
this exact same song. So you just dip, you know, and then.
Even Vine was better because Vine, like, there are legitimately like comedians working as comics now that like got their start on Vine, because on
Hmm.
Vine you could do weird original shit that people wanted to see. Like I don't feel like TikTok is a place people want to see anything original. They just want to see the same stuff. They
Hmm.
want to see the trends.
Yeah, for sure. Like little tricks and just
Mm-hmm.
super quick and like whatever. Um,
Mm-hmm.
do you think magic is possible or real?
Magic?
Yeah.
Um, no. No,
That
I,
one's too
I,
much of a stretch for you.
that was too much of a stretch for me. Yeah, like wizards and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I feel like if there were people out there like doing magic, like we'd run into it occasionally.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I like the idea. Like it'd be awesome, but I don't
Hmm.
think it's real. Do you? Do you believe in magic? Do you,
No, no.
do you
It's
believe
just
in magic?
uh,
Oh, sorry, I'm gonna get you banned from YouTube for copyright infringement if I keep
oh
going.
shit. I think he's saying just a little enough that it won't. Plus it's like I don't get watched enough. I don't think anyone would
Yeah.
actually notice or report me.
Well,
Yeah.
this is gonna be the episode that blows up because I'm gonna die, as we discussed earlier.
No, don't put that in the universe, bro. Fuck. They're gonna put your brain in a robot body. Don't worry.
Well, thank God.
Yeah.
I'll always be a robot spider. You know what would be cool? I feel like there's things I would prefer than robot spider, like robot dragon or robot dinosaur would be pretty rad.
Damn. But that's like a lot of technology. You have to have like a flamethrower built in if you're a dragon and like
Yeah.
wings to fly. As a spider, you just need like the legs. I was just thinking like easily mechanical but different from a human.
What about like robot like monkey? You can
That'd
like
be
swim
sick.
around.
Yeah. Or
With
yeah,
a
or
tail
just
for like
that's
an
like
extra
almost
advantage.
human form. If you're just like a robot in like you're still pretty much you, but everything's like metal and
Yeah,
like super strong. That would be so
yeah,
sick, and you could just climb up
yeah,
buildings and not care.
yeah.
You know?
I'd be a superhero for sure.
Yeah, it'd be
I
awesome.
I say that, but I might go villain. Who knows? Depends on
Or you
how I
might
became
just
a
like
robot.
not really change your life that much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You might be like, oh, this it's actually kind of scary climbing up this building. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then like my brain's still in here and it could actually get
Yeah.
injured. It's not like you're invincible.
If anything from my history is tells me what I would do if I had a robot body, it's probably sit around and watch TV and listen to podcasts.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Get
You could
really
be
good at
a
video
superhero
games
right
because my
now if you wanted to.
reflexes. Yeah, no.
How much crime is really out there though? Is there really that many people stealing the purses of old ladies?
I mean, it depends where you are, I guess. I mean, St. Catharines would be a horrible place to be a superhero.
Yeah.
Like, you just hang out around Queenston Street and stop crackhead robberies, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Like, hang out at certain convenience stores that get robbed a lot and just and wait for
You'd have
that
to
happen.
like
That's
slowly just change the lives of the homeless people there one by one. And you're a superhero.
You could do that today, December day. Wear a
Yeah.
cape and bring them a sandwich.
And they got good memories. I remember this one guy was yelling at my mom because she gave him $20 like 10 years ago or something. And she was like, "Remember that time you gave me $20?" And she's like, "Yeah, I remember." And it's like, I was like, "Wow, 10 years. That'd be crazy to remember the one time someone gave you $20."
Have you ever had the awkward experience of running into a homeless person that you knew before they were homeless?
No, holy shit, that's crazy. That happened to you?
That happened to me once in St. Catharines. My former babysitter,
Oh shit.
and I felt so horrible after because I was like I didn't recognize him, and he was like talking to me like he knew me, and then it like clued in who he was. Yeah,
Damn.
it was awkward.
I hope he's doing
Again,
good now.
not very
Whoever
funny.
he is. Mm-hmm.
I hope so too. I lost track. I hope he's doing well.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I was trying to think of
what
a
else you got?
joke there, but there is no joke. It's just
I feel
sad
like-
situation.
Yeah. Here's a joke that worked about half the time when I would tell my jokes about the haunted building I worked in.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say, it was a hospice during the war, so they would bring soldiers back to recover or die in the building, and the veterans that died haunt the building, and the veterans that lived haunt downtown St. Catharines. Which like would get like a mixed response of like either they would love it or it was like super offensive to the homeless problem in St. Catharines.
That's actually so funny, dude.
That's one of my jokes that I wished worked more often because it depends on the room. It really does.
I think I remember. I
Probably
think
my
I've heard
meanest
you
joke.
say that one, and it was good. Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
like my meanest joke. It's might be my only mean joke well, most of my jokes are mean to me. I'm very
I
self-deprecating
got some
on
mean
stage.
jokes. I got one that you just reminded me with the homeless thing. It's like,
Yeah.
I would say I don't give homeless people money, but I do give them cigarettes because I want them to die faster.
Oh.
Yeah. That's pretty mean.
Yeah, that's a pretty mean one. Yeah.
But the joke is that I don't actually feel that way. That's what I hope people get, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
Do I? Yeah, so this has been pretty dope, man. Thanks for doing this shit.
Yeah.
It's
Have we
fucking
talked
awesome.
long enough? I don't know how long you normally go.
We can go for as long as you want. I was just saying it was dope. We can keep going.
No,
Here,
no.
let
If
me
you're
think if
wrapping,
I
let's
can
do it.
ask you some more
No,
shit.
I'm.
You
Yeah.
don't want to keep going?
No, I just don't want to. I don't want to stretch it if there's awkward silences.
Man, no, it's never awkward with you. Like fucking, I consider you a good friend. You're really good at
Yeah,
talking.
me
You got
too.
the whole like fucking radio background, so I was like, I can just
Yeah,
relax. I was like, I'm not gonna panic and worry.
yeah.
Um, plus,
So if you're not posting this for a week and you're
mhm,
posting 2 a day, right?
yeah.
Can you give me a little tease since the people seeing this will have already seen it? Can you give me a little tease of who's coming up?
Oh yeah, I can look right now in my folder. I should have labeled them all, but I have to like open them up. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me find out where I was. This is funny. This is gonna be on the podcast.
Yeah.
Um,
And all these people will have already seen these episodes posted, so it's not even it's not even good for
yeah.
them. It's information they already know.
Um. Okay. So I got Rob Durinzi. I
Hmm.
got J.O., who's a rapper. Um.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
This one I didn't label. That's weird. Um. I got Shelby and her roommate Shelby. I got Riz
Cool.
Relit, who's another rapper. Um, I got Ryan Sim,
Hmm.
David Green.
Some funny people coming up, man.
That one I didn't label.
Or in the case of the people watching this video, that was some funny people that were on last week.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys should go back and watch them if you haven't yet.
For sure.
Yeah.
I got a guy that worked out with the call center with Eric Martin.
I always think it's funny. Because like I said, I posted I've started a bunch of podcasts, and I'll always post like, hey, I'm looking for guests for my podcast. Who wants to be on it? And like I'm not saying it like I'm not being like comedians or entertainers or funny people or musicians only. Like please just be interesting. And regardless, every single time, people I know just from high school were like, hey, can I be on your podcast? I'm real funny. It's like, no, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm down to
I
have
get.
those people on because I'm
Yeah,
like,
I know.
just
I
fuck
don't
it.
want
I
those
need
people.
2 a day. I'll have anybody on, dude.
Yeah, I made a list of like, because I have one podcast that I think I have you planned to be on that one. We might have even talked about it, but I have one about Disney movies.
Yeah, we
It's
did,
about
and
animation.
I picked the Fox and the Hound.
Yes, yeah.
Mhm.
So basically, like the premise of the show, and I'm going to get back into it as soon as I get motivated to do it. I've only done
Yeah.
2 episodes so far, but like the premise is each season of the show, I'm going to go through all the animations of a particular studio. And I started with Disney, which was a stupid idea because nobody has more movies than Disney Animations. Like I could have done a studio that made 5 or 6 films first.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
started with Disney. Even Pixar would have been last, but I went with Disney Animations. So far we've done. We did the very first Disney movie and then the most recent Disney movie. Like we did Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, which was the first Disney animation movie, where we talked about that with my friend Dina, who is an improviser and runs a school of improv. An interesting person that's funny and has something to plug, not my Aunt Karen. Like,
Yeah.
and then Levi, very funny comedian Levi Mann. That
Oh
hosts
yeah,
the
I'm having him
rap
on
show we
too. I
talked about.
forgot to mention
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
Yeah, he came on and talked about Frozen 2. And yes, Levi and I went to the theater and watched Frozen 2 together.
That's awesome. I love it.
So yeah, I'm gonna have you on for Fox and the Hound. I've got more people lined up. I should start doing it over Zoom because I'm being real stupid about it. Like it's a good idea and I enjoy the show and I just haven't done it since. And I think a lot of it was because I ended up going back to school and was just so busy. School got really busy, and when I was gone all day, I didn't like being gone in the evenings as well. Like I want to be home after school, after being at school all day. So, but now that I'm home literally all day, every day, I have time to do shit like that over Zoom. So
Yeah, we should do. Let's do that episode next.
Yeah.
Me and you, the Fox and the Hound, over Zoom.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
Do you have Disney Plus?
No.
Do you think you can find a way to watch Fox and the Hound?
Maybe I might actually have the VHS still. I might be
Yeah,
able
you
in
take a
an old
look.
VHS player. That'd be sick.
Yeah.
If I
I
do, I'll
definitely
look.
have the VHS at my sister's house. It's not. I don't keep them, but all our childhood VHSs are at my sister's house, and we
It's
definitely have
weird
watched
to
them.
keep all that shit. Like my
Yeah.
mom gave away my N64, but we probably still have all those VHSs.
See, I would rather have an N64 right now.
Me too. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I think my sister has a VCR, and like has all the old Disney movies and stuff. But like now they have Disney Plus, so it's like you don't need
Yeah.
any of these anymore. These are literally all just streaming on Disney Plus.
Yeah. I refuse
Takes
to
the
get
space
more
in
than
your
one
house.
of those things though. I have Netflix, so I'm like, all
Oh
right,
man.
Netflix is enough.
Well, I have so many. I don't have so many. I subscribe to 3, and then I think Allie has the YouTube one, the YouTube premium thing that has like some of the original series and stuff like that. But yeah, I think we have the 4 total, including YouTube. But yeah, it's especially in our house, like with kids and stuff, streaming is like pretty important to distract them. Like,
Yeah.
and like right now it's you can't do anything, so like we can't go to the park, we can't do anything really, so it's like do your homeschooling and then I don't know, I guess watch 15 hours of Phineas and Ferb. Like, have fun, buddy.
That's hilarious, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But yeah, let's plan to do that next time you and I chat on Zoom. We'll record an episode for the Disney podcast, which is called
Yeah.
Rankin the Cast, by the way. For if anyone's interested, there's 2 episodes on get them on iTunes and you know all the Stitcher, all the places where you get podcasts.
And if you need guests, watch my podcast and then pick the people that you like. You know what I mean?
I mean, next on Rankin the Cast, we got Sab's old call center buddy.
That's hilarious, bro. Yeah, for sure, man. Fuck, I was gonna ask something. I always forget. I smoke too much weed. My memory is really bad. Oh, can't. All right.
Well, can I just say that I'm proud of the hustle you're giving. I'm proud of your hustle. You're doing some cool stuff on YouTube. You're tracking down those weird commenter guys. Tom or whatever his name was.
Yeah,
funny.
his name's Logan now. His name's Logan.
He changed his name.
Yeah, he changes it all the time. Yeah, it sucks.
But yeah, I've been happy to see your stuff.
Thanks, buddy.
I think you're very funny. Can't wait to do shows with you again.
Yeah,
this
same,
has been
man.
a swell time. Thank you.
Thank you, buddy. Peace and love.
Yeah,
love,
same to you,
love.
dude.